Hello and welcome back, you guys. Here we are again with Heartbaked. We are on the Radley route right now, and we are on Chapter 4, or Episode 3 of the Radley route. And last episode, we lost all of our hearts, so we're down to no heart at all. So we'll probably I'll probably end up having to play it over again, but I'm gonna keep on moving forward just like I've been doing. Keep on keeping on. Here, let's go and jump right in. I woke up filled to the brim with motivation. Today was the day. Well, yesterday was supposed to be the day, but today was definitely the day. If today wasn't the day, then I would have to accept the fact that the pastry god had forsaken me. If anyone could hear my thoughts, they would probably think I was some sort of madwoman. Thanks a lot, rats. I felt nervous. Why was I nervous? Of course he'd say yes. I'm me. Who wouldn't say yes? Aside from Carver, of course. But as my saying goes, kids and Carvers don't have opinions. I laughed to myself, deciding that I would make that a well-known saying one day. Luckily, the shop was closed today, though that meant Radley had the day off and I had to go search for him. It shouldn't be too difficult. Knowing Radley, he was probably at his house hiding away from any form of filth. Most likely scrubbing his house from top to bottom and washing himself multiple times. I wouldn't be surprised if he decided his grass was too dirty. I got ready as quickly as I could and left the shop. Marching to his house, I was completely determined not to let anything or anyone stop me. A few people waved to me and I tried to get my attention, but no way, I wasn't going to let myself get distracted. It didn't take long to get to Radley's house. Everyone lived pretty close to each other after all. I stood in front of his door and gave 3 loud knocks. Probably too loud. The few elves that were nearby looked at me questioningly, but soon returned to whatever meaningless thing they were doing before. The door opened a crack and Radley peeked out. Tiger, since when? No. Nope. Stop right there. You will listen to me and actually listen. For the past 2 days, you've been ignoring my advances, and everything has been stopping me from asking you to go on a date with me. So, Radley, we are going on a date. Right here, right now, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He looked startled and absolutely confused. You've been trying to ask me out? That's great. I thought you were just joking around with me. Tiger, I would love to. He was bouncing with excitement, and his eyes sparkled more than I had ever seen before. Was he about to cry? Rats, are you okay? Okay, I'm more than okay, Ty. His bouncing intensified and he almost seemed like he was about to pass out from excitement. Then he stopped and frowned. Actually, tomorrow would be better. Radley, no, right here, right now. We're going on a date. There's nothing you can say or do to keep this from happening. I've wasted too much time already. I did not walk to his house to be turned down. I'm sorry, Ty. Gee, I never thought you would be excited to go on a date with me. But today is my birthday. I can't skip it or... His voice trailed off and he started shaking at even just the thought of not having a full day out to clean himself. He perked back up seconds later, his grin more mischievous than before. Unless you wanted to join me. Join me. Unless you wanted to join me. We could have a bath date. His eyebrows wiggled a few times and I let out a cough. My determination slowly fizzling out as my cheeks grew a dull shade of pink at the thought. Gee, Rads, you move fast. Leave. I'll see you tomorrow. Gee, Rads, you move fast. Wow, Rads, you move so fast. I mean, we haven't even gone on a date yet and you're already trying to get me in the bath with you? My teasing only made his grin wider and his eyebrows his eyebrow wiggling intensify. That's not a no, Ty. It's not a yes, either. So it's a maybe? No. I glared at him as he burst out laughing. Okay, so it's a no. Tomorrow, then? He was very obviously excited. His eyes were lit up like a kid in a candy store, and he was bouncing up and down in a way that made me think he didn't even realize he was doing it. Fine, tomorrow. But it better happen. Nothing could keep me away. His tone was overdramatic, and he brought a hand to his chest in an attempt to prove his sincerity. What are we doing? We'll just decide tomorrow. Don't you have an oh-so-important bath to get to? I teased as I stepped away from his door. Oh, yep. Okay, till I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. He practically hopped back into his house. I walked away from his house, finally actually thinking about what people were supposed to do on dates. Going for a walk would be boring, and the village was small, so there wasn't much else to do. Maybe we could go out to eat? Yeah, right. The only other place in the village to eat would be Carver's, and I was not stepping foot into his bakery. Carver. After this date with Radley, I'd be one step closer to crushing the little pancake who calls himself an elf. After the festival, my bakery would be so famous he wouldn't even stand a chance. Not that he did now, but this would solidify my position as the best baker in the village. As I walked through the town square, I ran into something. I steadied myself before I fell, but whatever I hit apparently wasn't so lucky. As I looked down, I found that it had been Carver I ran into. It was almost as if thinking his name summoned him. "Watch where you're going." His angry voice came from the ground, which wasn't much lower than where it usually comes from. "Oh, you." He stood up in a hurry and brushed himself off, glaring at me the entire time. "I think I deserve an apology. You run me over and knock me down like the brute you are, and then don't even have the manners to apologize." "Pretty much," I said flatly, choosing kindly to ignore the brute comment. His tiny body shook with more fury than I thought he would be able to contain. He actually looked like he was ready to explode, and I couldn't help but laugh. "I can't believe the mayor chose you. I am obviously the better candidate. I at least have manners." I laughed more and wiped away a fake tear. "Oh, Carver. Wow. Caver. Oh, Caver. Oh, Carver, you tiny pancake, you. Jealousy won't get you anywhere. And the thought that you could have manners, oh man." "When it comes to you and your tiny hovel of a bakery, there is nothing to be jealous of. I am obviously superior in every way." Yes, you are so great. But you know, the mayor may have chosen you instead of me if you actually worked for once. I wonder how you have all this time to stand around and do nothing. "Tiger!" No, it's an older woman's voice. "Tiger!" An older woman's voice came from behind me, and I turned to face her. "Oh, hello." I recognized her as one of my regular customers and smiled cheerfully. "It's so great to see you out and about. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to hear your speech at the festival. You're going to do great." She put a hand on my shoulder and squeezed gently. "Thank you. I'll do my best." Carver's annoying laugh interrupted us, and I turned to see him standing proud, with his chest puffed out like some sort of deformed pastry. "I'm sure Tiger will do her best to disappoint as usual. The mayor will regret choosing her and will beg for me to speak in the next festival." The older woman blinked a few times and gave Carver a sweet but confused smile. "I'm sorry, dear, not to sound rude, but who are you?" "I'm sorry, dear. Who are you?" I watched as his ego visibly deflated and his anger quickly returned. He let out an angry growl as he stomped away, his tiny legs making him look like a toddler who wasn't getting what they wanted. "Don't mind him." I laughed as we both watched him disappear into the distance. "He's just a little grumpy. I think he's late for nap time." She smiled at me again, but didn't laugh. "Oh, all right. I was worried I offended him. Is he always like that?" "Yep." "Oh, that's unfortunate. He shouldn't be such a grump. Oh, but I don't have time to chat. I need to help set up for the festival. Have a good day, Tiger." She gave my shoulder one more squeeze and started to walk away. "You too. Good luck." I grinned cheerfully and nearly skipped back to my bakery. That was gold. Radley was going to enjoy hearing about that. Radley. Right, I almost forgot about tomorrow. I mean, I did say we would figure it out tomorrow, but what if we don't come up with anything and end up spending the day at the bakery like normal? I should definitely come up with something tonight. I got back to my bakery and walked upstairs, flopping down onto my bed to think about what to do. Why was this so complicated? Weren't dates supposed to be easy? I huffed, but reminded myself of the cake. For the cake, Tiger, for the cake. I think I had a new motto. Radley was so excited. What if... My eyebrows knitted together as I think of just how excited he had been. His bouncing huge smile, sparkling eyes. He even almost cried. And here I was, using him for cake. How bad of a friend can you be? I muttered to myself, frowning as I reflected on just what I was doing to my best friend. I was lying to him, falsely gaining his love for the sake of a cake, for the sake of crushing my opponent, and for gaining fame. Was it worth it? I sat in the quiet of my room alone and thought about what had brought me to this point before standing up abruptly. What are you thinking, Tiger? I slapped my own cheeks a few times to snap myself out of whatever state I was in. Of course it's worth it. You will be known as the best baker in the village. You will crush Carver. You will finally have finished all the recipes in your grandmother's book. If you don't do this, all of your hopes and dreams will be toast. I threw my fist into the air as I cheered myself on. You can do it, Tiger. It'll be worth it in the end. It won't be worth it. It's not going to be worth it. Ugh, I hate this. Because I just know it's all going to end terribly. But look at us. We chose the right answer here. Look at it. Yeah, I got the full points. So, well, remember that's full points. And then the one we chose on this one was not good. The one we chose on this one was whatever. But we have finished the next episode, so that's a positive. We're going to get right through all of these, and then we're going to have completed Heartbaked the game, and it'll be amazing. Alright, so you guys know the drill. Have a great weekend, have a good week, and have a good night.